Now, wait a minute. John Kerry was wrong. Al Gore was wrong. Greta Thunberg was wrong.
We are in the beginning of a mass extinction, and all you can talk about is money and fairy tales of eternal economic growth. How dare you?
I love it. How dare you? John, Al, Greta, all wrong. Say it ain't so. So it turns out that the Antarctica ice sheet, also known as AIS, has shown signs of record-breaking growth. Growth, I said. Apparently, after decades of contributing to rising sea levels, the AIS gained mass between 2021 and 2023. But wait a minute, didn't John Private Jets Kerry tell us that Antarctica was at the core of climate change, at the end of the world as we know it was on its way?
I was at ground zero for climate change at McMurdo Station. And as I listened to these scientists from all over the world and looked at chart after chart where they traced what has been happening, describing the latest deeply alarming evidence of what is going on, I was genuinely scared. How do you translate this into a language that the average citizen can understand and connect to? I flew by helicopter over the great West Antarctic ice sheet, which now people say is threatened to perhaps break off or slide down.
They've obviously been fear-mongering and lying to us for years, even decades, like Al Gore saying in 2009, mind you, over 15 years ago, that the polar ice caps would be gone in 5 to 7 years.
There is a 75% chance that the entire North Polar ice cap during some of the summer months could be completely ice-free within the next 5 to 7 years.
Or maybe that other time when John Kerry, also in 2009, saying that in 5 years we're doomed because of melting ice and stuff.
In 5 years, scientists predict we will have the first ice-free Arctic summer. That exposes more ocean to sunlight. Ocean is dark. It consumes more of the heat from the sunlight, which then accelerates the rate of the melting.
He sounds so convinced in his own bullshit, doesn't he? But this is what they do. They control us. They try to break us. They try to hurt our economies. There was a sudden and random hailstorm in Paris last week. Climate change? No, folks, it's weather. It's really hot in Dubai. Woo, shocker, it's the desert. Just imagine for one moment the ridiculousness and the pompousness of to think that our one behavior has any real impact on weather and the earth, and even two, if that were true, which it's not, that we could do anything about it without making things worse, which we can't. But they don't care about facts or science. None of the leftist climate change gang does. They just want we all to change our behaviors for them so they can control us. Oh, and climate change is your fault. And those poor people in hurricanes and wildfires losing their homes, well, that's your fault for turning on the light, you selfish half-wits. It's convenient for their story, this whole summer thing. Summer makes it hot in almost the entire country. That's literally how it works. Some summers are hotter than others. Okay, some are cooler. That's called weather patterns, and the honest scientists will tell you that. But that just doesn't serve them. Summer provides the most delicious of narratives to the climate hoaxsters. Global warming, warm as in it's hot out there in the summer, get it? Spreading the distortion of fact and claiming them as science, the distortions as science, wouldn't be the first time, because the real scientists, meaning those not purchased by the kings of propaganda, well, they will tell you that there's actually no such thing as climate change as they say there is, and no climate crisis, actually. And that a so-called clean energy economy and their net zero goals, well, they're simply impossible to ever reach. Cost you $1 trillion or more. Never going to get there. Reminder, people like John Kerry and Al Gore are ideological grifters, and make their living misleading and bilking ignorant folks. But climate change consumes these gas guzzlers as they fly around the globe to climate summits and World Economic Forum hobnobbing in their private jets. And if you follow the money, always follow the money, you'll find the skewed data to support climate change, which, by the way, doesn't actually exist. And if you follow the thirst for power and control, well, you'll find it right there, too, right in their laps, in their little private jets. Big, wide seats. 5 people. 2 people sometimes in a big old jet airplane, spewing tons and tons of carbon dioxide, because it's about control. That's what COVID was after all. The pandemic was an exercise in seeing just how much control they could grasp and hold over us. Lockdowns, mandates, grandma dying in the hospital without being to see her. The COVID crisis morphed into a climate crisis, both fabricated to get control. Climate change, lockdowns, green taxes, carbon taxes, a carbon footprint. They want to know what you do, what you eat, where you go. They want to control you. And to progressives, everything is evidence of climate change. Arson, climate change. Hot day in July, climate change. Wendy's gets your order wrong, climate change. Hurricanes in summer, snowstorms in the winter, rain in a rainforest. Wow, climate change. Hot, cold, you get it. It's climate change. There was supposed to be an ice age by now. Remember that? We're headed for an impending ice age. No, wait, now there was supposed to be an Arctic summer, right? The sky was supposed to open up and acid rain was going to fall down on us. Remember when the ozone layer had a big old hole in it? We were going to burn to death? None of it happened. No Arctic summer, no melted ice caps, only climate fear-mongering meant to control you. Right, me. Right, Greta?
We are in the beginning of a mass extinction, and all you can talk about is money and fairy tales of eternal economic growth. How dare you?
Still my favorite clip ever. How dare you? How dare you, Greta?